2023 is well underway, ladies and gentlemen. And today I want to talk about the 3 things that you need to stop doing if you want to ensure a productive, successful, and positive 2023. Now, here's the thing. A lot of you motherfuckers are not going into your year with preparation, right? And by preparation, I don't mean, fingers crossed, eyes closed. Hopefully my year is aligned with the fucking zodiac sign. Or you know what? I wish this year is going to be good. I think it's going to be good vibes. Or here's my miscellaneous made up P&L projections of sales for the next year. No. All of that goes out the window 2023, ladies and gentlemen. 2023 is going to be a year that is ruthless for the individuals that don't understand how to take advantage of the glitches in the system. Now, every year there's a glitch, different glitches, every single year. Your ability to capitalize and to spot them are what are gonna differentiate you from most of your competitors. Here's the truth about money. This idea that, there's no money around or the money's tightening. The money's not tightening whatsoever. You know where the money's going? Different niches, different spaces. Money, when it gets bored, it moves, right? So it got fucking bored of all the bullshit with NFTs, it moved real fast. Got bored with all the bullshit from crypto, done. Got done with all the Wall Street bet gambling garbage, I'm out. Got done with all the bullshit purchases, people spending on credit cards, boom, I'm out. I'm gonna move to more sustainable long-term asset classes like gold or like oil, things of this nature, which their price has been skyrocketing. And it doesn't skyrocket by inputting $5 billion into it, right? It requires a multi-trillion-dollar investment. So, with that being said, let's talk about the 3 skills that you need as an entrepreneur in order to become highly successful and to guarantee that regardless of your level of preparation, you can take the year by the fucking balls, right? Own it. Make it your own bitch. Take the year and own it once and for all. Every single year, you get shit on, dude. Every single year, you get smacked left and right. You wake up, you're anxious. You go to sleep, you're depressed and you're tired. You wake up, you got nobody in your corner. You go to sleep, you're lonely. Like, dude, what the fuck is going on with your life? What type of year are you trying to live? You're trying to start a business that makes no fucking money. You try to start a business that loses money. While on the other side of the table, there's motherfuckers like me do millions of dollars every single month, living a phenomenal life, living in a $2.5 million crib, healthy, enjoying paradise, enjoying the sun, and there's nothing different between you and me. Nothing. I come from the trenches. I come from the hood. I come from the slums, dude. My second job when I moved to this country was washing fucking toilets, dude. That was the name of the game. That's what I had to do because I didn't have the skill sets that were going to set me apart in a transcendental way. Some motherfucker coming and giving me a dropship course when I had no understanding of how business works doesn't do anything for me. I know so many people that are doing online businesses that have no business being business owners, dude. They don't know shit about shit. So now the name of the game is how can you level up in a way where regardless of your level of preparation, you can still have the advantage. Because in business, it's all about the advantage that you have with your competitors. Do you have a better ad, a better creative, a better copy, a better employee, better information, whatever it may be? Business is won with edges and advantages. So I want to give you the 3 essential skills that I believe are going to give you the edge in 2023 and moving forward, regardless of any sort of business model, regardless of any sort of tactic. These are applicable across the board. And if you can master them, I think you're going to have a really good chance at making sure that this year is phenomenal. The first one is your ability to sell, right? Your ability to sell. Everything in life is a transaction. You have to sell your parents why you want to drop out of high school. You have to sell your girl on staying with you. You have to sell your employer on hiring you. You have to sell your employees on staying with you. You have to sell your customers on buying your products. You have to sell your customers again on maintaining your products. All sales is the exchange of price and value. Let me explain it this way. When it comes to sales, price is what you pay and value is what you get. The only reason why somebody spends $500 on a Louis Vuitton shirt is because the perceived value of what they're receiving in return is higher than the perceived value of the $500 and what that will bring the individual. Does that make sense? So all you're doing is bridging the gap between the price and the value. That right there, that transaction, that psyche, that psychological interaction, that right there is sales. And your ability to bridge price and value in perpetuity is what's going to make you successful in business because everything is sales. So the question is, how do you develop your skills? How do you develop your ability to sell? First is by very basically understanding, like I mentioned before, that everything is sales. So this taboo of like going and conversing with people or selling no longer has to take place, specifically considering that now you have the internet, right? You have DMs, you have instant messaging, you have email. There's different ways to interact and close customers, but you're never going to make money. You're never going to excel in business unless you know how to sell. And this is a skill set that requires time. You don't just pick up a book and learn how to sell, right? This is one of those skills in business that you have to do by putting in the hours in the practice. But as a basis, every business is reliant on sales. So if you do not have the ability to sell, you don't have a business. If you don't have the ability to sell, you won't have good employees. If you don't have the ability to sell, you're not gonna have good business partners. If you don't have the ability to sell, you're not gonna have long lifetime returning customers. You have to understand that selling is the cornerstone to business and you can't shy away from it. It is essential, it is key above everything else. Now, I know a lot of people say drop shipping, go do social media marketing, go run a content agency, go run a social media marketing firm, whatever it may be, right? Whatever bullshit they're telling you to hustle to make money in, whatever, it may be valid. But all of it stems from sales, right? Your ability to sell. So you must be able to sell in an effective way. That's number one. Number two, your ability to be resilient, your ability to bounce back. Now, a lot of you young cats, you're just getting started with your entrepreneurial journey. Let me pause you right here and say something. Over the next 5 to 10 years in your career as an entrepreneur, you're gonna go through the craziest bullshit you've gone through. Bad partnerships, bad products, bad supply chain, bad management, bad customers, bad logistics, all these things that tumble into your life because of an experience, because it's part of the stripes that you're required to earn in order to call yourself a real serial entrepreneur. These are the things that make you great, right? These are the learning moments that you can't find in a textbook, that you won't learn at Business International class in your university or whatever. Right? These are the things where entrepreneurs are made of. Your ability to be resilient and bounce back. People don't talk about this in business, right? They talk about the glamour of entrepreneurship, but they don't talk about when you can't meet payroll. They don't talk about when the world is crumbling in front of you, when the walls are closing in and you don't have the solution as to what you're supposed to do next. Resilience, your ability to bounce back. Your ability to go back to your original form regardless of the compression that had taken place. Now, what is it not to be resilient? Because I want to make that point also clear. To not be resilient is to not be the person that sticks around when there's bad business partnerships. Do not stick around next to a shitty product. Do not fall in love with a shitty product. Don't chase an audience that doesn't care, right? Don't build in a community or in a space where you're not appreciated. So many people are butting their heads against the wall trying to solve things because they're like, oh, I gotta be resilient. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Resilient. But sometimes you're just hitting a brick wall. Resilience is not your ability to break through the brick wall. Your ability is to be like, there's a brick wall. How can I get a ladder and create a ladder or figure out a way to get around this, to solve the inconvenience, to make sure I get back on my original path, the path of your original form, post compression. That is what resilience is. So I see so many people being like, oh, I'm a resilient motherfucker. I got this. My stamina is 100% in business. I got this figured out. And just smashing their face against the fucking wall 24/7 thinking that somehow they're hustling and producing results. But that's not the case, right? So your ability to be resilient is understanding that as an entrepreneur, you are signing up for suffering. You're signing up for the bullshit, but you're also required to circumvent it. You're required to overcome it. You're required to destroy it and defeat it. And destroying it and defeating it doesn't always mean you continue doing it. Sometimes you have to pivot. Sometimes you have to shift your perspective. We talked about it. You look at Amazon, for example, right? Amazon built a multi-trillion-dollar company, but initially they started selling books. Do you think Bezos, had he not pivoted from selling books, would have a $1 trillion company? No. Maybe has a $50 million company, maybe a $100 million company, maybe number one book distributor in the entire world, value at $1 billion, right? Had he not had the ability to be resilient with market change or been able to spot the opportunity elsewhere and be quick enough to pivot and not stay enamored or in love with his current model, had he not instilled the ability to sell his team on shifting the direction of the brand, shifting the original vision for the company, you have all these things lined up. Today, we wouldn't have Amazon. It just wouldn't exist because you would have some motherfucker out there micromanaging his little online book company, holding on to the little thing that he got figured out, leaving so much more on the table. So in business, you need to learn the ability to sell. Number one, that's the number one skill. The second skill is your ability to be resilient or to bounce back from trials, oppositions, market changes, information that you've received so that you can maneuver just like a ship as the tides change direction, as the wind goes in different ways, as there's different tides, as the waves come crashing your way, or maybe the waves are still, you're gonna operate and navigate and captain your ship in a completely different way. So the number one skill set is selling. The second skill set is your ability to be resilient and bounce back. And finally, your third skill set is your ability to be proactive and not reactive. How much of 2022 in your life was prepared ahead of time? Like I did, in December of 2021, damn. so long ago. I literally told everybody in my circle, I said, crypto's collapsing. I've made my preparations. I'm all in cash. I have a plan for this year. Now, I accomplished almost all of my goals for this year, probably except one, which I think I hit about like 75%. But the reason I was able to do this is because I was proactive and not reactive regarding my career, regarding my year. Now, most of you guys walked into 2023 the same way you walked into 2022. Walked in without a plan, walked in with no preparation, with no skill sets, with no intention to learn new skill sets, with no intention to learn new information. Therefore, the same year that you had in 2022 will repeat itself in 2023. Why? Because same information, same actions will lead to the same fucking results. Capiche? So, if you want to be successful, you got to master the most important skills, the elemental skills, your ability to sell, your ability to be resilient and bounce back, and your ability to make proactive decisions and not reactive decisions. A proactive chess player is usually a chess master. A chess master understands that they can position the pieces in the board in such a way where they can control in a proactive fashion the outcome of the game. A reactive player, mostly an amateur, is a player that makes decisions solely off of what they see on the board without even knowing the intentions of the other player. That is the difference between a chess master and a chess player. Now, as a chess amateur myself, I'm only 2 or 3 plays ahead of my competitors, but in business, as a business savant and an expert, I can tell you that I'm way ahead. This content, for example, this content stuff, I don't know, I think I was planning this 2 years ago. Just the name of the game. That's why we're at 100K subs with like 7 videos on YouTube, because this is all by design, intelligently planned from the moment I started. So many people start a YouTube channel and they'll leave their YouTube channel. Why? Because they don't know why they made it in the first place. They're just being reactive. They're just seeing what shit sticks, and hopefully that works. But there's a quote that says, if you make $1 million, you best become a millionaire in order to keep that money. Why? Because a lot of you guys are hoping on luck, you're gambling, you're expecting and wishing with the zodiac fucking signs that this year's different, but you've done nothing differently. So I wanted to come to you guys with a very simple message, a very clear message of the 3 skills that you need to focus on to make sure that you have a productive and outstanding 2023. Not only that, but if you continue to harness these skills and practice these skills and master these skills, then these skills will translate into the rest of your life, into every area of life, and it'll give you a better outcome. I can promise you that. Your ability to sell, your ability to be resilient and bounce back and pivot from the bullshit, and your ability to think proactively and not reactively to life is what will set you apart. Any business model that you take on, any niche that you decide to approach, if you can master these 3 skills, you will have exactly what you want in business, which is an edge. The advantage. That is all you need. With enough opportunity, with enough time, and enough work, that edge, that 1% difference, that 1 degree of change as time goes on will create a massive gap between you and your competitors. Learn how to sell, learn how to become resilient, proactive, and not reactive, and I promise you, this year is yours for the taking.
What is up, guys? We just got here to Tirana, Albania. We're gonna have a fucking crazy Capital Club Europe Mastermind, the first one ever. 70 entrepreneurs from 17 different countries. It's gonna be an absolute amazing experience.
When you want to make a move, Capital Club allows you to get the value to understand what's the right move to take next. You brainstorm with your people and you decide on what to go next. Part of elevating is you need to be adding the right stuff to your life. And Capital Club, in my opinion, has all the elements. Everything from health, wealth, love, and happiness, as well as network.
I really saw the power of connecting with like-minded individuals with the same opinions towards life. It's not just business that you can relate to people at masterminds, but also just generally towards life and learn a lot from them in other aspects like health, relationships.
When you network with people of this caliber, the ripple effect it will have in your future is enormous, infinite ROI. This isn't like a transactional thing, you pay this and you get this. It's you pay this and you have knowledge that will carry on forever, that will always serve you.
Most people live by the influence and the circumstances created by other men. Create the circumstances in your life that are gonna take you to the next level. This is the key to winning, the key to success. Control your circumstances and you will be successful.
Yesterday was too late. Just fucking do it.
Let's fucking go!
I really understood now that meeting people is quite important. Before I didn't really think that way. I thought I could do everything by myself, but at this point I think totally different.
You know, people say time is money, but time is not money, bro. Time is time, and
Money is money, baby.
This is Capital Club, man. Albania, baby. Albania, baby.
It's all about understanding what the next move is, because things are changing at a completely rapid pace, and you got to be ahead of the curve, and you got to have the edge. That's what Capital Club's all about, finding that edge.
Life is like a game. One day, it will be game over. And the question is, how did you live your life?